Hello, monks and bombers of the mighty Copper Belt University. I'm your host, Mwasam Sonda, Big Waz, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Change Your Perspective podcast. Now, guys, this time I'm not even doing an introduction. You already see who's with me. You already see what we're wearing. Can you see what we're wearing? I'm sure you guys know I'm with the proprietor, the creator, the founder of the Cape Factory. If you guys don't know the Cape Factory, then I don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Huh? Yeah, so I am with Mr. Benny. So Benny, you can just tell them your full name and everything.
Okay. Okay, my name is Ben Simwiya. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Basically Ben Simwiya.
Yeah. What program are you doing?
Mechatronics 5.
Mechatronics 5?
Yeah.
PTA.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah. So guys, as you know, Benny is the founder of the Cape Factory. You guys love the Cape Factory. I can see, you guys on the social media, you're always, commenting on his posts here and there.
Come on, bro.
And now he's here in the flesh. And now we're going to get into a conversation where we actually just get to understand who he is, what he does, and everything about him. So basically, you guys will actually see who's behind Cape Factory. You'll get to know him, and we'll get into a lot of funny things here and there. Yeah. So, Benny, you said you're in 5th year, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where were you born?
I was born and bred in Lusaka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Born and bred in Lusaka.
Yeah. I'm born and
I'm also from Lusaka. I wasn't born in Lusaka. I was born in Livingstone.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born in Livingstone, relocated some here and there, but then I moved to Lusaka only in 2017.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I actually moved to Lusaka, but before that it's everywhere Zambia. So it was actually a good thing that I got to experience every part of Zambia before I got to Lusaka, because you guys in Lusaka, you're mad.
It's like a 1-bedroom. Everything. It's wild in Lusaka.
Yeah, Lusaka is something else.
Yeah, but I think it's the best place where there's everything in Lusaka. Everything you think of.
Yeah.
There's a part where it's wild, and there's a part where it's like you can learn anything in Lusaka.
Yeah, no, and that's the beauty about Lusaka. It's central to everything.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever you want, just go to Lusaka, you'll find it. Yeah. So no, that is good. So you were born and bred in Lusaka. Tell us some of the schools you attended before coming to CBU.
Okay, so I'll start from junior secondary. I was at Christ of God. That was it's located in Kamala South.
Okay.
I don't know if you know it. Yeah, then you don't know it?
No.
It's a private school.
Okay.
Yes. Then from there I went to Kamala South Primary Secondary School.
Okay.
No, it's a secondary school. Yeah. That's from 8 to 9. Then from 9, from 10 to 12. I went to Cafe Boys. You know Cafe
Boys.
We have beds flying backwards.
Yeah, we have beds flying backwards.
So from 10 to 12 I was at Cafe Boys.
No, that is amazing. For me, I was at DK. I always tell people, I think these guys know.
For real?
Yeah, from grade 8 to grade 10.
For real? Yeah. I wanted to go to DK.
You're there? No.
You know what happened? I never made it.
You never made it?
Yeah. They told me like, I think I missed a cut-off point with like 5 marks.
Ish.
I got like 460 something.
460 something?
Yes.
You know what I got in grade 9?
No.
444.
For real?
Yeah, but I think for us who
because
are
there.
So they gave us priority, yes.
Exactly.
And now you guys know what I got. 444. Yeah. No, that is good. So Cafe Boys.
Yeah.
We all know what Cafe Boys is known for.
It's mad, bro.
It's crazy at Cafe Boys. So how was that experience there?
Cafe Boys was wild. I went there in grade 10, so it was a little bit easy. Because grade 10 there, mockery wasn't as bad as compared to people that were there from grade 8. Because from grade 8-ish, it was wild. You would hear stories to say someone sending you at 24 hours to say, go get me this. Then you don't even have it.
As you know what happened, you just find someone has put a shirt on your bed that go wash.
Exactly.
They're like, what's going on here? No, but it was interesting. I feel like it really shaped us.
Exactly.
Being at a boarding school like that, it shaped us. It made us strong.
Yeah. It makes you independent, and you won't depend on anyone. Because if you're coming from a boarding house, or a boarding school, sorry.
Boarding school.
We're coming from a boarding school, and you're coming here to university. I think you come as a matured person as compared to coming
from a day school.
Yeah, it's a
No,
bit,
that is
it's a
true.
bit different.
That is actually, and you can tell people who are from boarding schools.
Yeah,
When you enter university, you be able to tell, this one came from a day school, this one came from a boarding school, but it's good. My experience at DK, it wasn't too bad because of, us who are there in grade 8, we experienced some part of it. So when we reached grade 10, we had champuka dua sharp, you know what I mean? So we didn't allow too much mockery here and there. But yeah, it was quite fun.
But mockery was crazy.
Yeah.
Someone would just wake you up for 24 hours. Cairo.
In the Cairo. And then you're
that one was crazy. And you know the fun fact about everything?
Yeah.
When I came here, I started seeing those people.
Yeah.
That used to mock us.
Same here. And they're just like, now some of them were actually in the same year.
And most of them were like friends now.
Exactly. That's how it is. No, it's interesting like that. That's why the stories at boarding school are very interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah, if we can sit here and talk about the stories at boarding school, to go on forever.
Forever, bro.
It's really something.
It's
really something, because I think many of us experienced a lot of things. We tried many things for the first time in boarding school. Yeah.
We did a lot, bro.
We really did a lot. But anyway, we're still building up from there. Now let's let the people in on like your family. Yeah, how many siblings are you and that setup?
Okay. The surprising part, I think most people really don't believe this if I say that I'm the last born.
Bro?
Yeah, bro. You know the crazy part?
Yeah.
It's like I can go anywhere and say, okay, I need this, I need this.
Yeah.
But I'm not that kind of person.
Okay.
So yeah, I come from a family of 7. So I'm the last born.
Okay.
From a family of 7.
Yeah.
2 girls and 5 guys.
No, that's amazing. So being the last born, so you've got all these people ahead of you.
Yeah.
So
bro.
at least they set an example for you, and how is that dynamic? Because for me, I'm like the middle child. I've got like one older sister and one younger sister. So for me, it's a bit different. So how is that dynamic being the last born? I always wanted to understand.
It's quite okay. It depends. It's an advantage as well as not an advantage, to the level whereby you are the last born and you have nieces and nephews now that look up to you. Oh, my uncle is in university.
I get that.
And on the other hand, you're like that person who's like, okay, I'm looking up to this person because they've made it this far.
Yeah.
So there are already examples to look up to, and you also have to set examples to those young people.
Who are coming.
So that's the situation I'm in.
I get it.
It's amazing, though.
I get it.
It's really amazing, and you have got people you can call if you need money.
Yeah, no, that is a benefit also.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a benefit. I get it. And for me, being the only boy is that item where I have to set a standard for my sister.
You're the only boy.
I'm the only boy. I don't have anyone to call like that, And for us guys, we don't like for calling.
Yeah,
no, I'm asking for this, I'm asking for this. So you find that you just have to do something.
Yeah.
Get it down. So it's good like that. And then we've talked a little bit about your family. And now Kafio Boys grade 10. And then how did you come in? Did you make a choice saying you're coming to you want CBU, or you just applied many places and they picked you here? What was that process like after school?
So after school, I actually had 2 options. I applied at UNZA and here at CBU.
Yeah.
So I got selected on both, on both applications. But I had to make a choice based on the possibilities, because UNZA had a lot of people that were selected under the School of Medicine.
Yeah.
It was a direct entry there.
So you applied for medicine?
Exactly, bro. I wanted to do med.
Med.
I wanted to do med, nothing else. I wanted to do med. Like from the start, I wanted to do med.
Yeah.
So we were like, can I say, how many were we? We were 5. No, we're 4.
Yeah.
Coming from Cafe Boys, wanted to do med in our intake.
Okay.
We're like 4. So among the 4 people, only one person managed.
The rest of you are here.
Yeah. No. 2. One is doing medicine right now. Then the other one is doing dental surgery and medicine. Yeah. And the other one is doing biochemistry. No, not biochemistry. Is it bio whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
But it's also at main campus.
No. That side.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other one is me now.
Okay. So engineering.
So my story is very crazy.
Yeah.
I wanted to do med.
I can imagine.
I wanted to do med.
So, yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to do med. So I missed the point. I think I missed by a point.
Yes.
I got 14 points and it was 15.
That was first year.
Yeah, that was first year. And then I think the unfortunate, I don't know if it's unfortunate or fortunate part is that I got quoted in engineering. So I'm like, I can't do this program.
Yeah.
Let me unquota myself. So I went there. I said, I don't want to do this program. I unquoted myself.
Yeah.
Remember that there were some people that were quoted to go to Mpika. And the spaces were scarce.
Yeah.
So I unquoted myself and my space was taken. So I left without a space. Then I went to Med to ask, to say, I want to get quoted under dental surgery. Since medicine I didn't qualify. They told me, no, even that side the spaces are done. Okay. It became crazy, bro. I think most people don't know about this story.
Yeah, no, they don't.
It became crazy, bro.
So you had no program.
I had no program at that point.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I going to do now? But you know how God works.
Yeah.
So I just went to, I think by then the assistant dean was Mr. Tamba Tamba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Russian mafia.
Yeah, so I went to him to say, sir, I'm in a mess. I'm in a mess. I don't know what I'm going to do, but this is what I'm going through. So I don't know how you're going to help me, but at least help me.
Yeah.
Just got me back to engineering.
Yeah.
And to my surprise, he
didn't even argue.
He just said, okay.
No problem.
In a few minutes later, I was quoted
on your
back.
portraits back to engineering.
Bro.
Yeah, that is good.
I think what I learned going through everything was acceptance. Like the earlier you accept, the better it is. Because it took me time for me to accept.
Yeah, you had to resist some.
Yeah, I was resisting throughout Term 1, Term 2. Term 2 I saw time is moving really fast. Let me just accept. That's when I accepted.
Okay.
But you know how Bang 2 is.
That Bang 2
You're going to do that, and then there's Bang 2 again. It was wild, bro.
I can imagine, because Bang 2 is like you're just getting to know engineering now.
Exactly.
You're just understanding engineering.
In 8 courses.
And then now you're going, I wish I did med. So it's good that you accepted actually.
Yeah. So that's how it was. That was my experience in first year.
That is somehow, it's good. I'll tell these guys a story. I'm going to tell you guys a story about me. It was second year going into third year. So that time you have to make points for the program you want, and you have to apply for the program, like quota application, whether civil, So me, it was civil. I put civil, and I don't think I even put other options, because I was just like, I'm making it to civil. I just wanted civil. Time come, made it to third year, and then I wasn't in civil. Now, because I didn't put any other programs, I didn't have a program. I wasn't quoted. I came to school, and then I'm like, what do I do here? My friends have started learning. Everyone is in their programs, mechatronics, mechanical, electromech, and then me, I'm there. I'm like, what do I do? So I went to, I think at that time it was Dr. Mlolani we had to see. Yeah, so I went to his office, and then I told him, sir, I don't have a program. He said, I cleared, but I didn't make good points. I cleared just by that was like Bang 2 to Bang 3.
Bang 2 was wild, bro.
It was crazy how I made it that far. Only God knows, because it was so crazy that when I went to the office, Dr. Mlolani told me, we gave you 25 points. How come you only made 2 points? 2 points.
So it's crazy.
So it happened that I wasn't in a program. So he was like, okay, where am I going to put you? I was like, just anywhere. So at that point, I just accepted I have to bear the consequences of my actions. I did make good points, so 2 points just there. I think that's like C plus or something. So they just said, okay, no, we'll put you in aeronautical because there are no people here. So we're only 15 that year.
I remember you guys are at the lowest number.
Yeah, because there are no people. That's how come I entered aeronautical. And I can say my journey from then has been really good. I can't even complain. It was just how God works. As you
exactly. So I think if I had done med, I don't think this kept up anything
would it be?
Exactly, bro.
Exactly. So and I don't even think we would have had this podcast. People wouldn't be watching us if I wasn't in aeronautical engineering, because it allowed for me to see things differently. It allowed for me to say, okay, I'm not doing what I want, but how can I use the tools I have to do something I want other than school? Because I realized that school doesn't define who I am.
It just gives you a platform to elevate yourself.
It doesn't define who I am, because outside school I've got many other things I could do. And that's how come we're here recording this podcast.
It's possible because of such.
So that's what happened. So anyway, You entered Bank 2. And then after Bank 2, did you want to do Mechatronics?
After Bank 2, yeah.
So you applied
Yeah,
for
after Bank 2,
Mhm.
I wanted to do mechatronics I had two options. I wanted to do electrical and electronics,
Mhm.
which is triple E, or mechatronics. I just applied for mechatronics and I was picking mechatronics.
You know, me.
It was like a direct thing.
Yeah.
From there, things started going like smooth.
Yeah, you know, for me, as long as I just hear electricity, I run away. I don't like electrical programs because
Buchis, yeah, bro. Oh,
that man.
Mr. Buchis,
Let me tell you a story. In second year, we had test 2. Bro, test 2, test 1, we wrote, it was the electrical part. I think I got like 56 or something percent. Test 2 came, it was electronics. We were dealing BJTs.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I got 0% test 2. That part, and I was like devastated. And then my friend Chipamba, he's the one who saw my paper. He didn't even give it to me. You know, he saw it like, this boy has gotten 0%. I'm hiding this paper because he might be devastated. You know what I mean? So he didn't show me. Bro, me, I just went about. I even forgot. I didn't collect my paper. Like,
so you didn't know that you got a 0?
I didn't know. But then it found out. I don't know how God works, but somehow I managed to clear that course. Test 2 0, test 1 56. I managed to clear that course in sessional. You know, that just goes to say that, guys, it doesn't matter what you get in your tests. There's a way for you to clear.
Exactly. I think it happened to me. That was third year.
Yeah.
We had the doctor. Who is this? Third year we have math with Dr. Ho.
Chilambo.
Yes. I got a 15%, bro.
Hey.
I got a 15%, bro. I was like, it's either I give up or I just don't look at this. I'm like, okay, this is a learning phase.
Yeah.
I'll just move on. I got a 15, bro. And you know Laplace, bro.
Yeah,
Fourier
Laplace.
series, bro. Those things.
Fords.
It was wild, bro. Yeah. So I got a 15, then test 2. That was test 1.
Yeah.
Test 2, I got a 70. Then I cleared.
Then you cleared. It's very possible, guys.
Everything is possible.
You know, you can't just like you do bad in test 1 and now you're depressed. Even some of you even got to lengths of killing yourself. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It's very possible. Life change. Stories change after all.
Exactly.
That is good. So anyway, let's talk about Cape Factory. Yeah. Cape Factory, when was it established and what was your thinking behind the Cape Factory?
It was established in 2023.
Yeah.
And how it came about was, it wasn't something whereby I was thinking to say I'll have to make a business that will become big and stuff like that. No. So before Cape Factory, there was Benny. They used to call me Benny Mabine.
Benny Mabine.
Yeah,
so you just used to push Mabine.
So I've been about with things selling business. I've been selling phones and stuff like that. There are people that know me.
Yeah.
They know me from selling the Google Pixel phones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to sell phones. So initially I used to sell phones. And in 2023, third year, right?
Yeah.
In 2023, that's third term. 2023, in second term, I got a cape from my friend who is in Dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he left a cape with me. So when a friend from then used to say at new male hostels, he came by the room, was like, I like this cape. Whose cape is this? It's not mine. Can you sell it to me? It's not mine, bro. Can you sell it to me? I got the guy, bro. The guy. Someone wants to buy the cape. Can I sell it to him? He was like, okay, yes. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? As business-minded as I am, I did something.
On top,
Exactly, but then I managed to sell. Like, okay. Then after some few weeks, I forgot about that. After some few weeks, then the guy came back and said, there's a friend who also wants a cape. Do you sell capes? I'm like,
yeah.
Bro, I don't sell capes. I only had something that wasn't mine. Like, okay. I think that's when the idea started.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, okay. I think this can be a business. Then I got like, there were like 10, 20. I think there were 20.
Yeah.
I got those capes. Then I posted them in the Mighty. I think the posting part was hard. I didn't know what to do, bro.
Let me tell you one thing. You know, me I'm now on social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As we use social media, get to understand, advertising the business on social media, sometimes when you're starting, it's hard.
It's hard.
Because you don't know the caption, you don't know the emojis. It's one of those things that are underrated. People don't talk about it.
Exactly, bro.
People don't talk
you
about
don't know what to do.
Marketing.
They don't talk about it because you don't know what to do.
You really don't.
So I got those capes, then I captured them. And I was like, how am I going to caption this? I really didn't know what to caption. So I just put the prices there, the room number and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then a few weeks later, I saw some of my pictures were posted in another group by another person claiming that he's selling my capes. Like, this is becoming crazy now. What am I going to do? Okay. I started putting like some tags, like some encryption. Then this is not working. There's no name here. I may be posting things that people cannot know me. So there was one time, it was during the time where the robotics club were making a car, an electric car.
Yeah, I remember.
During that time, I used to attend that club. I used to be a member.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
used
used to be.
Unfortunately, I used to be a member. Yes, unfortunately, I used to be a member. So we were like a factory thingy. Then I was wearing a cape.
A cape, yeah.
So I'm like, Cape Factory.
Cape
That's how the
Factory.
name came about, bro.
No, that is iconic.
That's how the name came
I'll tell
about.
you, that is iconic.
That's how the name came about, bro. There are pictures. There are pictures. Evidence is that there are pictures.
So you are in a factory.
And I'm wearing cape.
They just said
Cape
Cape Factory.
Exactly, bro.
Iconic.
Just like that. But people think of it as people that make capes, like Cape
Yeah,
Factory,
yeah,
inflation.
yeah.
But that's how the name came about,
I
bro.
know, and that for you, that was like branding 101 because it has become a brand.
Exactly, but because I did not think we'll be seated here, like talking about it.
Yeah.
Ish, it never crossed my mind.
You know, I also ran a business shop, Peter. When I tell you how we came up with that name, so me and my friend Mubelesia were like, slow. I think that was, I was in my 3rd year, and he was in his 2nd year. Yeah. So we're like, we need to start making money. Yeah, it's late. We can't just be sitting.
It's crazy, bro. You're getting without money, bro.
Imagine. And at that time, we had girlfriends.
Yeah.
He has a girlfriend. He still has a girlfriend.
It's crazy, bro.
But my story is for now. But like at that time, both of us were in a relationship. Mama, if you're watching this, but like,
I'm sure she's watching.
Yeah, I'm sure because she watches my stuff.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure she's watching.
In 3rd year, I had a girlfriend. Yeah, but yeah. So we're like, we had girlfriends. We're not doing anything. Like, hey, what are we doing now?
Yeah.
So we sat here like, you know what business should we come up with? And then he was like, let's start a grocery delivery service, an errand service.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah. And then we sat in this very room. One, you know what should we call it? Bro, I don't know where that name came from, but I think it was him who said that. Let's go shop it. And immediately it clicked. I'm like, that's the name. That's what we're going for. Because one, we shop for people, and then shop it just has a ring to it, and that's how come we came up with our name, shop it, and the brand shop it. You know, and we've run with that. So I understand sometimes the way names come, it just pops up.
It's like it's been there in you, and you're just waiting for that moment whereby you're in that situation. Yeah. To get it, to say, okay, this is where the name will come from.
That is true, because sometimes many entrepreneurs, when starting, you get so locked in, like, I need to be perfect, I need to find the name, what do people call me? But you just find that, just start. Once you start, everything just comes to you.
Yeah, because I think the problem we make is we want to start perfect. Because if you start on top, how are you going to improve?
Exactly.
But if you start on the bottom, you'll be improving step by step. Gradually you're improving.
And if you ask me, it is just theoretically impossible to start at the top.
Exactly.
It's called the start for a reason.
Yeah.
There's also a finish.
Exactly.
So it's theoretically impossible to start at the top.
Yeah, because people should see it, say, okay, this person has grown. Because nowadays I get a lot of people texting me to say, oh, your advert have improved, your marketing skills and stuff. I'm like, I never started like this.
Exactly, because like you're running a race, you can't start at the finish line.
Yeah, you need to
think about it. You can't start at the finish line.
Exactly.
The finish line is the end.
It's the end, so you can start from the end.
Exactly. So you have to start from somewhere, guys. And then I like that you talked about your ads, the marketing. That is something we need to talk about, because
Need groceries but no time to shop? Let Shop It handle it for you. Shop It, CBU's #1 errand service, from the store to your door.
Talked about your ads, the marketing. That is something we need to talk about, because
bro, but I feel I need to give credit to some people.
Yeah.
There's some people that have been there for me. Like there is a lady called Lucia.
Yeah.
She's one of those people. I think she's the first lady I captured in Capes.
Yeah.
Yeah. there's a lady called Lucia who we still work together.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's been there.
Your
She's
marketing
been there.
skills are immaculate because you differentiated yourself in the market. Because you know what, when people are selling clothes, what they usually do, they just post the clothes.
Exactly.
But you got into that space where you post the person, you post the face, you post the whole outfit, and then you get to realize that once someone sees an entire outfit, they realize that I need the cape to complete my outfit.
Yeah.
Because if you just put the cape here, someone will just look at cape here.
Exactly.
It's so touchable, isn't it?
I feel you need to add value to something because if I tell you that this cape, it's the most expensive cape we have in store. No one can know.
Yeah.
I guess if
Kango. That's Kango.
That's Kango, bro. The vintage Kango. I guess if you put it like you're in a place where people know it to say, okay, this cape has got value.
Yeah.
Same applies to capes. If you just put it here, it's an ordinary cape.
Yeah.
But if you add value to it, you show the people that okay, if someone wears it, they'll look like this. They get the confidence and stuff like that. That's marketing.
No, that really is marketing. You know, because even just I don't know if you've seen how Nike advertise their shoes.
Exactly.
Bro, you won't just find them post a shoe. They'll post an athlete running in the shoe.
Yeah, they usually
you get it. They attach a story to their product.
The experience after you get the product.
And that's what
it's
you
the
do.
feel you get.
Guys, we've just given you entrepreneurship 101. We've given you a
Exactly.
masterclass. If you are advertising there, attach a story, attach an experience
Yeah,
to whatever it is.
I think that's the most important thing. And there are a lot of people I need to give credit to a lot of
Yeah,
people.
no, let's mention them because
There's a guy called Brown.
Brown boy.
A brown boy. Yeah, you know him. There's a guy called Philemon. The list is long. My roommate Nelson.
Yeah.
Abiatha. Okay, the list is long. The list is long. There's Lukunda, the guy who shot that ad for flying capes.
That one is the most
There's
iconic
Patefio.
ad in CBU.
For real.
In the history of CBU. CBU advertisement on social media, you take the hat. Bow down to you. Bow down to you. Bow down to you.
Okay, that one took us time.
It took you time, huh?
That one we knew that okay, this one is going to be the thing.
And that's what happens when you put in effort into
Yeah,
something.
because
Yeah. I really like that. Me personally, I showed my boys like, guys, if we're advertising, we need to step up our game because look at what these people are doing. You get it?
That took us time, but the one that's coming is going to be better.
It's going to be better.
Way better than that.
I like it, and also the aspect of staying ahead of trends. You get that. There's that trend for that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
that one.
Yeah.
There is that one.
Yeah, because of like when you see something is trending, you as a business owner, don't just sit back. Trends have the way they influence your business.
Exactly.
If people are able to see you in the current time, you get more clients, you attract more people to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I like the fact that also you stay up with the trends.
Oh yeah. That one, it involved like those are like one. I think those are the best dancers at CP. I don't know if they are the best.
They are the best.
There's Esau, there's Ellis and Brown. Brown is also a dancer. People don't know that Brown is a dancer.
He does so many things.
Yeah, so Esau has got numbers. He did the dance for Tilo.
For
He went viral. I think he's known.
Yeah.
He's very famous. That guy is famous.
That is good. I like that.
Yeah.
And guys were giving you business tips. You guys learn to work with people.
Exactly.
You see how Benny's ads are? It's so many people, guys.
It's about people. If I think out of 10, I only featured in one or two. I don't usually feature in ads.
Yeah.
I just give them to people to say, okay, do whatever you can. If you have an idea, come to you, we discuss.
And that's the whole thing, because I don't know if you've seen, there's an ad that just came out for open mic.
Yeah, I've seen
Guys were saying, they were dropping bars.
I've seen it.
You know, I'm the one who edited that, organized and edited that.
That's good,
And
bro.
people don't know that.
I'm also a poet, bro. I'm like, I need to step back on the mic.
Yeah, you need to write something for the open mic. Guys, open mic is coming. It's going to be immaculate. So you guys...
Well, we're inviting you guys.
Yeah,
We're inviting you.
But yeah, I'm the person who made that ad. I spent time editing it and
That's
all that
good,
extra
bro.
stuff. And that's the power of... I wasn't in the ad. It wasn't about me. But
It
it was
wasn't
about everyone else
exactly.
there.
I think that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be.
That is how it's supposed to be, actually.
You're not supposed to be the main character for you to be known.
No, you're not.
You may be known, but you're not the main character.
No, you're not. I also want to give credit because people just look at this podcast and think, no, I'm doing it alone. Because right now there's someone behind the camera.
Exactly.
You don't know, but like there's someone. He's there. He's just listening to our conversations because all these are the little things that make this real.
Exactly. It's about people.
It really is about people. That is very important.
At the end of the day, it's about people. I think if you want to, there's a saying which says, if you want to go fast, you can go alone. If you want to
go far,
go with people. It's about people at the end of the day, because without people, I don't think I would have been here.
Yeah.
Where we are at the Cape Factory. It's like a family of people.
No, the
if you
Cape
see
Factory
someone
really is the
like
family.
this guy is the Cape Factory. I think most people don't know that I'm like the guy who started it.
They don't.
I think this is the best time
They
This is
don't.
the best time
Because
they know.
one of our friends was saying, I don't know if you guys know Walu. You know Walu, huh?
Waluita.
Yeah.
He's my guy.
People,
Shout out to Waluita. Waluita is my guy.
Yeah. People are saying that he's the owner of Cape Factory. I'm like, no, me. I know it's Benny. But like, I like the fact that you allowed yourself to take the back seat.
Exactly.
And then other people are out there and they're also benefiting even them.
Yeah,
It's not
they're
just you
getting
using
gigs.
them.
I think people I've worked with, they've worked with other people as well.
Yeah.
I think most people, if you're just serious, we work together. People identify, this guy has worked with this guy in this advertisement are working. Let me work with him.
Yeah.
Let me work with her. They've worked with, I think Brown has worked with someone.
Yeah.
Even Lucia has worked with some photographer. Yeah. I've seen those guys.
I like it, and you really, you're a people person. I like the fact that you use people.
It's
Ubuntu.
about people, bro.
The
It's
way
about, at the end of the day, it's about people.
Yeah, it means I am because you are.
Exactly.
So I only exist because other people exist.
Yeah, it's about people.
No, that is good. So, you said you used to do phones before the Cape
I used to
Factory.
sell phones.
Yeah. So, are there anything else that you're doing aside from the Cape Factory?
So the plan was I make profit I make money from selling capes, then I invest in phone.
Yeah.
It wasn't a business that I was supposed to be doing till now. It was something where I just make money from, then I invest in phones, because the phone business there was like the only person who was doing who was selling Google Pixels. Yeah, 2023 somewhere there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I had knowledge about phones in that line, because people were like interested in iPhones. Me, I was going the other route.
Yeah,
I was like the odd one out.
Uh-huh.
So from there, I started the Cape Factory thingy. Then I saw, I'm like, the expectation were becoming big, and it needed a lot of time.
Yeah.
So I stopped everything. Then I focused on it.
Yeah.
And school again. So I just let me focus on this.
I get it. So I like that you mentioned school. So how is it that you're able to do school and business? Is there a system you have in place to say, okay, now I'm just taking orders, now I'm advertising, and now I'm just studying? How do you balance it up?
So like I said, it's about people.
It's
about people. It's about people.
I think that's the best answer you
it's
can
about
give.
people.
Because it wears out people when you're doing things alone. It can break you down.
Exactly, bro. Because I remember when I was starting, it was a lot of work, bro.
Yeah.
That was in third year. In third year, we never had a project.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now fourth year came.
I'm like, I can't manage to do it alone.
Yeah.
So there are people that make orders for me. I actually make orders. I see things before they come.
Yeah.
Then I order them. Once they come here, I capture them. Okay, the system is easy.
Yeah.
There's a capturing day. You make ad, let's say on Fridays you make ad. We don't shoot every day.
Yeah.
We only shoot once a week,
Yeah.
maybe twice a week.
Yeah.
Depends.
Yeah.
So we just have a lot of clips, content kept somewhere.
And
Then
that's the
publishing
importance
is
of
in phases.
having like a system. It makes things easier. You can't just be doing things anyhow.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you, also me, like I record an episode on a date in a week. You get it. I say one episode a week, and then that's what I run with. If I don't drop an episode, it's probably because like I'm out here doing something else.
Yeah.
You see, and now that also just trickles down to like consistency and all that extra stuff. But that's another conversation. Yeah. So running a business for a student is a bit hectic because
Very hectic.
you're making money, and then you got your own things you want to do. You want to have clothes, you want to eat some tongabu, you want to go out here and there. So how do you manage to handle the finances that come in and reinvest the profits and all that? So when that conversation around the money, how do you handle your money that comes from your business? Because many students end up eating their own money.
I feel when you're doing business, you need to have a direction where you're going, how you're going to make money, how you're going to expand the business. And you need to ask yourself a question to say, am I going to be that person who's running a business and still looking as if nothing is going on? So there are businesses that generate money for, let's say, I want money for clothes, money for going out, money for girlfriend allowances and stuff like that. Yeah, all those things. So I do some certain businesses. Let's say the cape factory, I sell capes, right?
Yeah.
In a structure of capes, the different depths of capes.
Yeah.
There are certain capes that will bring me money to buy certain things. Let's say there was a time I used to sell what can I say? What's this? In June, head socks.
Yeah, head socks.
That money wasn't for the cape factory, it was for me.
Okay.
For my
okay.
so I also sell
jewelry.
Jewelry is just for me. That money is for me. It's not for the cape factory. So I was like making money and reinvesting it. Every time I make, I'm investing. I think the hardest part in business is reordering.
Yeah.
You sell, then you order again.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. Because people get excited when they make
a profit.
Let's say you make the first 1,000 as your profit. You become excited.
Let me tell you a story about like shopping, huh? So we started and bro, we were killing it, man. That year was the best year because we were making a consistent amount. I won't mention it because just for purposes. But like, we were making so much money, bro. There was a lot of money in the business. You get it, huh? But then the same thing you've talked about, like excitement.
You become excited.
That was the first time we held that much money. Do you know how to did? Like we went to them 1, the whole of them 2. Bro, we never cooked. We were eating Tonga booze every night. And we ended up finding that
I also got trapped in that.
Yeah.
I also got trapped in that.
And I think it happens.
It happens at some point. You like make a lot of money, be like, even if I get this amount, it won't get any effect.
Yeah.
But what happens, there's always an effect. Everything you do has got consequences.
Bro, that was our downfall. That was when we felt it like, okay, if we continue like this, we're not going anywhere.
Exactly.
We were not going anywhere because it was so dangerous because every night, and then we're running the 3 of us. So imagine every night, at that time, a Tonga book pack was 30 kwacha.
Yeah, it was 30.
We were buying 30 kwacha. And then we'd also buy drinks, maybe confused.
Yeah.
You get it, 12 kwacha at that time. Now imagine every night we're taking away that amount from the business.
Without replacing.
And now that was the mistake we made, and we end up finding that we went bankrupt. Bankrupt. And now I'm telling you,
you started from scratch.
Me, Mubelesi Chipamba. It's even just God's grace that we are still here. Because and that's a lesson I got from it. That excitement. If only we just kept that money, we reinvested it, we maybe put it elsewhere in another business, I think would have been in dealers here and everything. But
I feel that excitement is what kills it all.
Yeah, it
when
really
you start
does.
touching money that you didn't think you would be touching, you'd be like very excited.
Yeah, I like that you also talked about that you trapped it because you also went through that.
I also went through that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
many people.
this system, I can't manage. Let me just be humble.
Yeah.
Because, okay, most people don't know me. So if I just continue my lifestyle, no one will tell. So this guy is making money, is living like this.
Sometimes you even feel like people look at us, but people don't care.
Exactly.
Think about if you walk outside, can you remember a person you saw in the morning?
No.
And is that person dressed up at someone will look at me?
I think is what kills a lot of people. A lot of people have got brilliant ideas, but they can't post them or put them in the mighty because they don't care. Even these ads I'm making, the first one I saw, I'm like, this is going to be new and different. I can't do this. I was hesitating.
Yeah.
Ain't you?
When posting my first episode out there, like, guys, I'm starting a podcast. Bro, it was so hard.
It's hard, bro.
I literally said the prayer like, Lord, I don't know how this will go, but like,
I just need to put it out there.
Yeah, and that's the power of starting. Once you start, everything falls in place.
Yeah, exactly. Because,
no, that is good. Business is not for the weak.
It's wild. There's some days whereby you had money, you just transferred money to others.
Yeah.
I feel it comes down to discipline again, because expansion in business is hard.
Yeah.
You're improving your life,
and
the business is expanding again. It's hard.
I think that's where we need to learn humility as people.
Exactly.
We need to learn to remain humble, to say, this amount I'm making is not for me, but for the business to grow.
Exactly.
Especially if you know where you want to go, you have a plan.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get here. So, okay, I'll remain humble. I don't have to get all these expensive things.
Exactly.
I don't have to start eating Tonga booze when I used to cook, you know?
We're not trying to discourage people, but if you need to manage it,
if you're managing, just do it. But like, financial discipline as an entrepreneur is very important.
I think it's the most vital thing
Mhm.
because
You can't go anywhere without financial discipline.
no,
No, yeah, that is good. So aside from business and school, do you play sports or anything like that?
unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
It comes to let me draw you back to the question you asked: how do you manage business and school?
Yeah.
So when you say you want to do business on campus,
Yeah.
and you want to be a student,
Mm-hmm.
and those two don't marry them, so they both need attention.
Yeah,
eh?
they both need attention.
They both need attention. So you have to sacrifice certain things just to like manage those two.
That's true.
So I don't play any sport.
That is
unfortunately.
true. That is true. Yeah. So you taken us back to the conversation of business. Yeah. In business, you need to constantly learn.
Exactly.
You need to constantly learn because of that whole, everything that happened to us, I said, us squandering the money.
Yeah.
I decided to take like a purposeful journey to start learning like budgeting, financial literacy, because it's important. Yeah. So what are some of the things you learned as you are going through businesses?
There are a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most important thing in business is how to talk to customers. I think it's the most underrated thing and the most important thing, because people will remember how you treat them.
Yeah.
They won't remember what happened. They will remember how you treat them. So how to talk to customers?
Yeah.
Because when I was starting, I didn't know how to talk to customers, because I used to post in the Mighty Copper Belt, as well as marketplace on Facebook. On Facebook, there's marketplace there. So there was one time I was talking to someone. I was a bit rude. I don't know this person. Bro, after me, when the person came, I think that was last year.
Yeah.
So the person wanted to buy a cape. This is the amount. I was like, I'm getting 5 discount. I was like, I don't do discount.
Yeah.
Like, oh. So when the person came to buy the cape, like physically, hey, bro, it was a big man. The guy came with fish. So sometimes you lose
potential clients
because of how you talk to them. I think it's the most important thing I've learned in business, as well as marketing. You constantly need to market your things no matter what. You don't need to get bored. If you're doing something, it's bringing $1 to you every day. That's not desperation, bro. It's changing your life.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important. People like they feel like I may look desperate if I overmarket my product and stuff like that. But nobody will market your things. You just have to do it, no matter whatever it takes. You do it.
Yeah.
That's the reason I continuously market no matter what. If you say no, your ad has gone viral. You know.
Yeah.
I always post, bro. I always post. I think.
No, that is amazing, because when it comes to business, I always tell people, someone is not just going to discover you accidentally.
No.
You have to put yourself out there. Be intentional about it.
Exactly, bro.
You have to be very intentional about it, Otherwise, there's so much to business, We can't get into a whole conversation. That would be a whole day, and at the bottom line, we're still learning, we're still growing.
Yeah, we're still learning. I can't say we've reached, we're still learning.
We're still learning.
We're still making mistakes.
What I also want to say is that to every person who's running a business, every student out there, I want you to stop treating it like a side hustle. Yeah, you get into the habit of actually treating whatever you're doing, whether it's selling buns, as a business,
exactly,
not as a side hustle. Because many times you just say, you don't even want to say that I run a business.
I'm just doing it as a side hustle.
No.
It's a business, bro. As long as it's bringing you money, it's a business.
Be proud of your hustle.
Exactly.
Be very proud of it.
Because I think we've got an example. Tongabu. I don't think that guy is going to work, bro. Is that guy going to work?
That's even a different conversation. Because when you talk about how we started,
and the guy started from the room. You know the crazy part about the whole story?
Yeah.
We used to sell chicken pieces and sausages. And the guy, sometimes if he runs out of those things, he used to come by our room to get them.
Yeah.
Like get everything, every stock we have.
Yeah.
We're like neighbors, bro.
And that's the thing. He didn't treat it as a side hustle. Imagine if he just used to do it when he felt like, I just feel like cooking today, let me do it.
Because he was treating it as if he wasn't a student.
Yeah. It was consistent every night.
Every night, bro. There used to be lines there.
And I think, guys, stay tuned. Tongabu is coming next. Stay tuned.
Yeah, he should.
Stay tuned. We'll pull strings. But yeah, it is the power of consistent. We saw him consistent, bro. Even in times where he just looked tired. If you go in the room, sometimes you even see like,
the guy is tired.
But like, is still there.
Still pushing.
And that's the whole thing. So if you're running a business, be consistent, stay strong.
Exactly. I think that's the most important thing, consistency.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So, Mr. Benny, just as we wind down, I just want to ask you a couple of questions. Like, number one, what inspires you? Why are you doing everything you're doing?
What inspires me? That's a big question. I feel being different is what inspires me. Being different, yeah. Because if you think about it, you can't just wake up and say, I want to start selling capes. I think that business idea doesn't make sense. Unless you've seen someone doing it to say, okay, he's making money off that. Yeah, I think being different is what inspires me. And yeah, being different.
Yeah.
Because they're a lot, but I feel being different is what inspires me.
I like that, because that question, you get to understand how a person thinks.
Yeah.
You see, and then your business is not something that someone just starts doing at let me sell capes. And the way you've done it, you've branded yourself as an elite business. Like, you just don't sell ordinary capes. The people can actually see that. Even this kind of thing, what cape is this? What type of cape is this?
That one is a fisherman's hat.
I'm going to take a picky blinder, because.
Oh, you mean that one?
No, this one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, they're like in categories.
Yeah.
This is a Kango flat cape.
Okay.
There are those ones. The newsboys. You call picky blinders newsboys. Those are newsboys hats.
Yeah, because
so they're like in categories.
Because I saw it on the Picky Blinders series.
Yeah. We do have them as well.
You have them, huh?
Yeah, we have all kinds of capes.
Yeah, and you branded yourself in a way that you sell elite capes. You see, so I like the fact that you are able to do that. It just makes you different.
Exactly. Bro. I think that's the inspiration, being different. That's the reason we're like selling things that are like different from anyone.
I like it. I like it. So anyway, guys, you heard for yourself. Today we had a very Simwiya.
Exactly. But there's some questions that you didn't ask.
Tell me. Let's talk about it.
Bro.
Maybe you have to tell the people.
No.
Are
you dating?
Me?
Yes, I'm asking you a question.
No, I am not in a relationship.
But you're seeing someone.
Huh?
Wait, she's watching. She's watching, bro. She's watching. You're not seeing anyone.
Huh?
You're not seeing anyone. How do you maneuver a relationship on campus? I think those are like conversations we rarely have.
Okay, now let me tell you this about relationships, because when I started my relationship, the relationship I told you about, at the beginning, it was a long distance relationship. You see, So for me, it was the item where we had to make a system to say, like, every night we'll have to talk to each other, because we are long distance.
I get
So we talk to each other every night, and then sometimes you argue, but we made it our business to say, I won't go to bed upset with you.
Okay.
And that's how come before every night we'll make sure we're on good terms regardless. And that's how come every morning we'd wake up still in love.
Okay.
Yeah, but things happen. And I'm no longer in a relationship.
So how
are you seeing someone yourself?
No, I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not.
Why? Is it that businessmen just don't like seeing people? Or what's the whole thing around that?
I feel there's a notion on campus of dating among girls.
Yeah.
They think everyone is the same, every guy is the same.
Yeah.
You know that goes around. They say this guy wants to sleep with this guy and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's among girls, but I'm just not seeing anyone. I think the right time hasn't come.
I like it. Anyways, to know yourself. I also say, like, for me right now, I'm also not chasing a relationship right now.
So you're not chasing a relationship?
No, chasing a
You're
relationship.
not chasing anyone?
No, I'm not
But
chasing a relationship.
anyone can chase you. They can chase you.
I'm not chasing a relationship.
You're not chasing anyone in a relationship?
No, I'm not. I'll be lying if I tell you that I actively want to pursue a relationship right now. No, it's not something that is on my mind, because I'm at this phase where I'm doing so many things. I've got a podcast, I'm running my businesses, I'm learning.
Exactly.
I'm doing farm management, I'm doing budgeting, I'm doing investments, financial investments. You get it? So all these other things are like lined up in my life. They want me to give them attention.
Exactly. I feel the other thing why I'm not dating is the issue of time management. It's wild, bro. Girls really love attention.
Yeah.
There are some that won't understand you. You explain, okay, at first they will hear you out. They say, okay, this is what's happening. It's chilled and stuff like that. And then when you stop giving them that attention, they go that rest, then they'll be like, no, I think this can't work out.
You know what? I think I'm going to have a whole segment on relationship. I'm going to bring my best friend. Him is in a serious relationship.
Which Papa?
Someone just.
Background.
He's in a really serious relationship.
For real?
Yeah.
You need to bring him.
He's
I
very
feel most people love such topics.
Yeah, no. We'll talk about. I think I'm going to have a segment where we'll just talk about it, and then we'll get into the nitty gritties of like love, relationships.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can't run away from these things because it happens.
Exactly.
Yeah. Students get into relationships. Students find love. Other people even find their marriage partners
From here.
Yeah. So we can't run away from it. It's a reality.
It's a
and
reality.
just so that we can bring a different perspective, because you all know this is a change of perspective podcast.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
think there are some crazy things that goes down on campus.
A lot.
Hey.
So we'll have to talk about that.
Exactly,
We'll have
bro.
to talk about
I've got experience for days, bro.
You dated before on campus?
No. Dating, no.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, someone is going to watch this, but don't have it. Yeah, I know someone's going to watch this, but yeah.
Gentlemen,
I'm sorry.
Gentlemen, be loyal.
Yeah.
Be loyal.
Okay, I can say I've tried to date, not have dated.
Yeah.
I've tried to date.
It didn't work out.
It didn't. It almost worked out, but it didn't work out.
It almost worked out.
Unfortunately, yes.
No, I get it.
But
it.
when love finds you, you can't run away from it.
Love
eh?
is a beautiful thing, guys.
Exactly.
Yeah. Accept it, embrace it. It allows for you to grow, guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, when you're in love, everything feels right.
Exactly. That's
Telling
true.
you, it doesn't matter if you failed the test when you're in love. I'm telling you.
At least you have somewhere to go. If I fail, I will cry.
Yeah, you know what I mean, huh?
Yeah.
So otherwise, it's been an amazing conversation, guys.
Cheers, bro. I'm humbled.
We could go on for days and days, but
I'm
like
humbled,
whatever
yeah.
goes up must come down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bro.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. Wait, before we go, I always ask this question to our guests. Yeah, what's one advice you have for a student out there? One in academics and also in business.
In academics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This will couple to how I manage. How do I manage to run a business as well as school?
Mm-hmm.
You need to be strategic in life. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Being strategic in life.
Mm-hmm.
There's the aspect of you're running a business and you have got school.
Yeah.
You can't afford to go to class and engage yourself with people that are not serious or that are not smart.
Yeah.
So the smart move that I do
strategic. Be
so
strategic.
if I'm at class, I won't engage with people that are smart. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry to those that are they're also smart. They're also smart.
Everyone's
I'm
smart.
always-
If you're here, you're smart.
Exactly. So I'm always found with smart people that I know that are smarter than me or they put in work more work than me, so
Yeah.
that I learn more from them. So
Yeah.
it's easy for me to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think engaging yourself with smart people. If you are doing something, they say a business on campus,
Yeah.
at least engage yourself with some smart people so
Yeah.
that you make your school life easy. You can make it hectic by running a business and
And
thinking,
doing studying alone.
that one is crazy, bro.
Trust me, I've
It's
tried
crazy.
that. I've tried that. Me, you know, I always say I've done many businesses because I even used to sell nail polish and item. Yeah, within here in campus.
I used to sell sinners
Yeah.
in
And
second year
that's
by
the
a
story.
boarding school, bro, or by boarding house.
Boarding house. And that's the story people don't know. They
Exactly.
think that, bro, people look at me and say, once I've got a podcast. But when I tell them that this is not what I started with,
They don't know
they
that.
don't know the story behind all this.
Even the marketing skills that I pull up
Yeah.
out there, they may think like, this guy is just lucky. Maybe
Mhm.
he just woke up and
Yeah.
started doing that. No, bro, it's
Mhm.
been hard work,
It's
putting
been
in work.
hard work. So there are those days in the background that no one knows about.
Exactly.
Yeah,
bro.
but they help us to be who we are right now.
Exactly, because I used to sell sinners at some point.
I
at the
know what you
boardings.
mean, you know. Us, we've tried to sell energy drinks.
Just to survive, bro.
Yeah, let me tell you, but like we drank the energy drink.
Exactly, the
me
boy
and
you
my boys.
start eating the same sinners, bro. Shit. Wow.
Even if you sinners.
Exactly, bro. And the capital there is like 4 kwacha, 5
Yeah.
kwacha, 4 kwacha.
Yeah.
It was like 5-4
Yeah.
back then. Okay, you from one tray, from one, I don't know, what do you call that?
Mm-hmm. A tray of buns, yeah.
A tray of buns. From
Yeah.
one tray you get like 5 kwacha.
Excellent.
So if you eat 5 from there, it makes
Eaten your
it.
profit.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. That's how people survive. There's some people that are still running that business. bro.
I get it.
It's crazy, bro.
Well, I tell you that you know the energy drink Sting.
Mhm.
Before it came on campus, we pioneered that drink.
For real.
Yeah. me and my boys, we ordered Sting for the very first time before it came on campus. We started selling it up, bro. We drank those drinks like what? I'm telling you. But that's
I think discipline as a business person
true.
is
And
is
then
important.
you get to understand that these things happen, but what matters is you keep going, you
Exactly.
keep learning.
What you learn from what happens to you.
You see, it becomes a mistake if you keep on doing the same thing. But you know, by God's grace, we are here now.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're here now. So anyway, guys.
What was the last question?
Yeah. What advice do you have for students who are doing the business?
Students who are doing the business. I think the most important thing in business is consistency. I think quality is also important in business, because quality is what makes someone to refer you to someone else. Because most of the people that I have, like big buyers, the people that have been referred to me, be like, I got a line from this. This person says you sell nice capes. That's how the chain starts. It's like this person refers you to this guy.
Quality really is important.
Quality will speak for you.
I'll say is like, let's not be mediocre, guys.
Exactly.
If you want to make change, try your best. I know we can't start out perfect, but with what you have, try to make it look the best.
Exactly.
Yeah, try to provide the best service. Try to provide the best, care when you're handling your businesses.
That's
because
true.
That's what draws people to you.
Exactly.
I tell you that for Shop It, our business, we make sure every receipt we get, we give our clients.
Yeah.
And then they get to say that we don't use their money anyhow.
Yeah.
Even if we buy a plastic, we're going to tell them, no, we bought a plastic. You took what I went here.
Exactly.
Those are not things we overlook. And that's how come people still use Shop It up to date.
That's how it's supposed to be, because I think the most important thing, something I learned in business, is when you're pricing something, you have to ask yourself, if I was the customer, would I buy this at the same price?
Yeah.
That's a question you have to ask yourself. If you can buy it at the same price, then it's worth the price.
Then it's worth the price.
Exactly, bro.
No, that is true. That is true. Well, thank you so much, Mr.
I'm humbled, bro.
You know what? We've said that we're coming to the end so many times, but this time we're coming to the end. The conversation just kept going.
I'm humbled, bro. I'm actually humbled
so
to be here.
thank you for sparing time off your schedule.
I'm humbled.
We know it's not easy being the CEO and the students.
We're just starting out, bro.
It's
starting
important.
out. But I love what you're doing, bro.
Thank you so much.
You're the only person who's consistent with putting out episodes.
Thank you so much, man. Consistency is a strong thing.
You will see one day a big investor will come through.
Thank you so much, bro.
It'll be a different story. It'll take,
because this thing has been a dream, bro. I think I'll put a screenshot. A friend of mine sent me a screenshot where I was talking about starting a podcast in 2021.
2021. As far as 2021.
See, huh? But like throughout all this, it's been a journey of learning, meeting people, being able to talk to people, and that's how come I'm able to do this at the level at which I'm doing. Yeah. So because of that, I think. Thank you so much
for the love. I feel even capes. I really love capes.
Yeah.
I wonder why on my birthday no girl brings any cape, bro. They think like I have like bring something.
No,
exactly.
We really do it for the love. We really do it for the love. That's why sometimes when you see people who try to like mimic our style of business, they mimic maybe your business, or try to mimic the pocket. I don't even worry about that, because right now I'm just worried about my journey, and I know what it means to me.
It's so hard to copy someone. It's so hard. I feel it's easy for you to do your own thing than copying someone.
True.
Because copying someone, you don't know where it's going to go next. You might get stuck at one point.
No, that is true. Well, thank you so much, guys. Don't forget, I'm your host, Mwazam Sonda. Big was 5th year or not going. Today we had Mr. Cape Factory himself, the founder and the CEO of the Cape Factory, Benny Simwiya. Thank you so much.
Thanks, bro.
All right, man.